All right, so we're on to my next principle today, and we're on to 15. Deferring gratification is the key to long-term success. So, honestly, again, I say this about a lot of them, but this is very, very important, right? Because the more you can defer gratification, the better off you'll be in the long run. And I'm going to start out and show you a very, very easy example of this, right? This is a compound interest calculator, right? It basically, you type in how much you're going to invest and over how long, the interest rate, and boom, it gives you a number, right? So we're gonna do $100 a month, right? A number that virtually everybody, I mean, and frankly, if you live in a first world country, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to do this. So this is an example that again, everybody should be able to do. Again, $100 a month, 10 years. We're going to use 8%. Again, roughly what the market returns over the long run. Again, people will debate it's a little higher, it's a little lower, depending on how you're allocated or whatever, right? But that's what I'm going to go with, just for the sake of showing a point, right? So $100 a month over 10 years, 8% return, $17,386, right? Let's go to 20 years. Okay, just under $55,000, right? So again, we are what? More than tripling that amount, right? Again, $100 a month. Let's go to 30 years, right? We are at just under $136,000, right? So we're almost, again, 10x more than we had over the first 10 years, right? Again, 40 years. Let's look at the number, right? $310,000, right? So again, that is the power of deferring your gratification, right? The more you can do it, the better you can do it, the better off you'll be, right? This is just a basic concept of life that successful people always do, right? Always do, right? If you eat healthy, well, does it pay off a lot in the short run? Not really, because you don't get to experience all that, crazy good food, but in the long run, it's going to help you out. You're going to look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to live longer, right? Do people love exercise? I mean, a lot of people do love exercise. Frankly, I do. I just love it. But a lot of people that exercise, they don't necessarily love it. They do it because they want to look better. They want to be healthier, whatever, right? New Year's resolution, whatever the point is, right? But again, over the long run, again, you don't work out once and look good. You don't diet for a day and look good. It's not how it works. You don't save money for a day and look good, right? So again, the longer you can defer gratification, the better, right? And again, what's going to be the big pushback here? People are going to have their list of excuses. Again, if you give yourself an excuse for anything, all you're doing is guaranteeing, or at the very least, drastically increasing your chances of making the same mistakes in the future. Right? So that's why you can't give yourself excuses. Again, people are going to say, oh, I make minimum wage or whatever. I this or that or that, whatever. I'm not saying you don't pay off debts. I'm not saying that, right? I'm not saying that you go without food. But you got to look at improving yourself, right? You got to look at improving yourself. There's no reason that 99% of people cannot save up a good amount of money in their lifetimes, right? No reason, right? The reason why most people are not successful is because they make excuses and people validate those excuses. And when people validate other people's excuses, you get more of what you validate, right? When people say, oh, well, I have a bad metabolism. I can't exercise, right? Well, yeah, I'm not going to look good. Okay, maybe you're not going to be the best looking person in the world, but you can still be better than where you're at, right? Again, do not give yourself an excuse. Do not give other people excuses, right? I mean, this is a good way to know if you have good people in your life. Do they give you excuses? And then again, I'm not saying that they don't have sympathy for hard things you've gone through. That's a different story in and of itself. But again, you cannot have excuses, right? And you have to defer gratification. Again, do people want to go to work, right? No, most people do not want to go to work, but you prefer the money than not working and not having any money, right? Again, and this is another thing that people really need to do, is that stop pretending like life is just happening to you and everything's just, run of the mill. Ooh, everything's like, no, that's not how it works, right? You're making choices, right? You're making choices. Everything you do is a choice. Now, again, a lot of times people aren't sitting down and writing out the costs and the benefits of their choice. Should I quit my job? Should I not quit my job? Should I work out? Should I not work out? Should I save money? Should I not save money? Like 99% of people are not writing it out or consciously having this big discussion in their head about it, right? They're doing it, on a whim, right? And most people make decisions on a whim. A lot of times it's not even conscious, right? So you have to train your mind, number one, to not have excuses. Number two, to think that everything you do, you made a conscious decision, right? People who are broke typically are broke not because whatever sob story they want to tell or what society wants to tell. It's because they don't want to save money, right? They don't want to work harder and get paid more, right? Most people who are out of shape, not because of whatever garbage excuse they're told, it's because they're lazy. And people validate their position. I mean, one of the big problems I always talk about is how average people validate bad decisions, because it validates their own bad decisions, right? That's the main reason, right? It's relieving their own anxiety, right? And whenever you become successful at anything, you'll notice this from average people, right? If you get in really good shape, right, you'll notice this, right? If you get in very good financial shape, right, you'll notice this, right? If you become very successful at your job, you'll notice this, right? And this is one of the easiest ways to tell if you're doing a really good job in anything, right? So anyway, I could talk for very long about this. I don't like talking too long. I like keeping it short and sweet. So again, if you like the video, again, I'd really like a like and a subscribe, a comment, all that kind of stuff. I very much appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next video.